let's get it cracking, fellas. Rob, I will throw this to you as a statement. Cameron Boozer will be the best player in college basketball this season.
So I think that there is a possibility that happens, but I'm gonna stick with my Braden Smith is the best player in college basketball, and it's not particularly close take. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how many points and how many rebounds and how many assists and how many threes that Cam Boozer makes in all of these different exhibition games that he plays. I don't care if he averages 20 and 20 this season. I will be sticking with the whole Braden Smith, best point guard that we've seen in a generation in college basketball. And I think that I do think that he is the best player in the sport still. Although I do have a feeling that I might be like looking back at this. This could be a really, really dumb take by the time we get to the Champions Classic. Like I could be regretting everything I've ever said in my entire life by the time we get to November 18th.
Jeff?
I don't think you're going to regret it because we know Braden Smith's going to have a great year. We know that Cam Boozer is going to have a great year. We know that Darren Peterson is going to have a great year at Kansas, and A.J. DeMontis is going to have a great year at BYU. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. They're all going to be terrific, but I'm not sure any are going to be as consistent as Cam Boozer. Like, we've seen him, Rob, 20 times in person, 30 times in person. Every damn time we watch him, he gets like 20 and 10, at least. And that's on the low side of things. The dude plays hard on every possession. He's super smart. He doesn't care about all the other crap. I'm not fighting this one. I think Peterson's more talented, but I think Cam Boozer might be just the most productive and the best player for what may be the best team in the country, and that's the Duke Blue Devils.
Johnny Tar Heel, are you going to let them get away with this?
I mean, I talked to Rob earlier this week. He's like, bold predictions, and we're going with the two chalk guys. So I guess I'll get it started, the show started. And I'm going to go Donovan Dent. I mean, that's a guy that when I started kind of looking at stats from last year and the numbers, only player returning in top 15 in assists and points. He averaged a 20 ball last year. He's at UCLA, top 12-ish, 15-ish team, 50 from the field, 44 from the three. If UCLA plays really well and starts to crack into that top 10, top 5, I personally think with the numbers he's going to be putting up, he's going to be in that conversation if he's not already there. So Donovan Dent is my guy. I think on a national stage at UCLA, he's going to torch everything in front of him, and I'm excited to see him playing.
I love that. I love that call, Henson. Mm-hmm. I actually love that call because you're talking about a guy that is like a downhill paint touch kind of a point guard that is really good. If you give him space and let him get into the paint and make a decision, I'm going to go score this, I'm going to kick it out to somebody. He's playing on a team that has two of the best 3-and-D wings in Sky Clark and Jamar Brown next to him. And then the big guys on the roster with him, Eric Daly Jr. and Tyler Bilodeau, are both like 40% three-point shooters. So you're telling me you're going to put four like 35 to 40% three-point shooting guys around the best paint touch point guard in college basketball, and he's not going to average like 16 and 9 on UCLA, who might be good enough to be a top 10 team. Like, I don't hate that at all, man. The only problem is he might be like the third best point guard in the Big Ten this year. It's ridiculous how many good guards are in that league.
I just kind of find it in a sport that's like increasingly older. Like, I'm not saying that he can't be like the best pro, but like, do we really think that a freshman can be the best player in this era of college basketball? He's gonna be better than JT Toppin. I mean, that's what we're saying in college basketball this year.
Absolutely.
I think it just matters in the context of how good is Duke going to be. If Duke is going to be a top-tier team, he's probably going to be the best player in the country. If they're going to be middle of the road, struggle, then we're going to be off them, because in college, as we know, the winners are the guys that we covet and we put on the pedestal. So I figure any of those guys in that top 5, whoever's the best player on the best team is going to have an upper hand.
Right. And for Purdue, I think it kind of, you have the compliment there of Trey Kaufman-Renn and Braden Smith. Like, they both kind of, it's a symbiotic relationship. Who you pick, I don't know. Tough one. All right. Speaking of Purdue.
Did you say symbiotic? How do you? Yes. That is a big word for you, John. That's a big word
Memphis public schools.
That's right. I've spent the off season for reading books. I read now on a 3rd grade level. So that's the first word that came to mind.